They call me grandmother. They see a frail old woman knitting by the fire, harmless and small. But I am the keeper of secrets, guardian of a truth too wild for their world. My hands have woven more than blankets. They've bound a force of nature. I built this cottage as a fortress, a sanctuary on the edge of two worlds. The villagers whisper my name with pity, never knowing the strength in these old bones. They come seeking a monster, expecting a simple tale. They'll find me, and I'll offer them tea, letting them believe their own stories. They cannot comprehend the real story, written in the soul of the forest and the heart of a girl destined for more. The fire crackles, knowing my secrets. I'm not afraid of the men or their axes. My fear was spent long ago for a different reason. Tonight, I am a storyteller, ready to share only what they can bear. I am the grandmother, yes, but also the mountain, the ancient tree, the silent stone that has seen it all. I wait, holding the wildest truth close. The story begins here, with me. The red cloak. Everyone remembers it as a gift, a symbol of innocence. But it was a cage, woven by my hands under a waning moon. Each stitch was a prayer, a plea to keep the wolf within her asleep. The cloak was a prison disguised as love, binding her spirit, whispering obedience. She wore it with pride, never suspecting its true purpose. I told myself I was protecting her from the world, but really, I was protecting the world from her. The magic was old, demanding a price, her wildness, her freedom. For years it worked. She was gentle, obedient, but I saw the cost in her restless eyes. The cloak was heavy on her soul, and I placed it there. The dam could not hold forever. Her true nature was rising. I knew the day would come when the world would see not a girl in red, but the truth she was born to be. The cage was always temporary. I was only delaying the inevitable. My daughter, Lyra, Red's mother, was the first wolf I loved. She had midnight hair and a spirit like wildfire. I believed love would shield her from the world's fear. She transformed under the full moon, not into a monster, but a queen of the forest. The villagers saw only a threat. Whispers turned to fear, fear to violence. They hunted her, torches and pitchforks in hand. I begged her to hide, but she was proud. They cornered her one night, not knowing she was just running free. Their torches closed in, a ring of fire and hate. I heard her howl, then silence. They returned as heroes, never knowing they'd killed my daughter. That day, I learned love was not enough. When I looked at Little Red, I vowed not to let them take her too. The red cloak was born from the ashes of my daughter's freedom. Red was different from the start. She watched the woods collected feathers and bones moved with a wild grace. Her laughter was ancient, untamed. I tried to teach her the ways of the village, but her heart was always in the forest. She spoke to dogs in a language only they understood, slept beneath ancient oaks. The signs were undeniable. She was her mother's child. My fear drove me to tighten my grip. The red cloak became her constant companion, a gentle shackle. I told her stories of the big bad wolf, never admitting the wolf was within her. I was teaching her to fear herself, to see her instincts as the enemy. My love became a cage, my fear a betrayal. I tried to save her life, but I was killing her spirit. The night it happened, the moon was full. A silver coin in the sky. Red was restless, the cloak discarded, its magic fading. She burned with a fever that was not illness, but awakening. The moon called, and her soul strained to answer. I tried to soothe her, but the air was thick with ancient power. Her eyes glowed gold, her body trembling on the edge of transformation. Then came the howl, a sound of liberation, not terror. I watched as the girl I raised melted away, replaced by the magnificent wolf she was meant to be. She looked at me, and in her eyes I saw gratitude, not anger. She nudged my hand, a farewell, then burst through the door into the night. The woodsman would call it an attack, but I knew the truth. It was not an escape. It was a birth. I, her jailer, was the first witness to her freedom. The world would never understand, but I did. The woodsmen arrived, axes ready, finding me unharmed by the fire. They believed the wolf had devoured the girl, and I let them. I told them the wolf had taken her. No lie, just a truth they couldn't see. My fear died when Red embraced her true self. I felt guilt for the years I stole, but no regret for her freedom. I would not help them hunt her. She was now a force of nature. The cottage is quiet, filled with echoes of her laughter and her howl. Some nights I hear her song on the wind, a legacy of power. She is queen of the forest as her mother was. I am proud, not afraid. Let them tell their stories of a girl devoured. I know the truth. The girl became the wolf, and in doing so, she became free. My story ends, but hers has just begun.